Welcome back to the 5th series of Max's Muscle TV, folks. As you all know, your nutritional plan is as important, if not more important, than your training routine in order to reach your goals successfully. That's why in this series we've got Muscle Up coach and champion bodybuilder Freddy Liberatore back with Extreme Chef Peter Wright to talk about everything you need to know for your nutritional needs. This week the boys are going to talk about one of our favourite subjects, cheat meals. Take it away, Freddy.
Well, thanks, Tony. Welcome back, viewers, to MuscleTV nutrition segment. We're going to cover some fantastic topics, but before I do that, I just want to introduce again Peter Wright, our Extreme Chef. How you going, Pete?
Great, thanks Fred, and welcome back.
Thank you.
And during the break, mate, I've been following some of your tips, you know, put a few pounds on myself, you know, eating
I
nice
tense
and
up
clean.
a bit more, mate. I just want to feel that.
Have a go? What do you reckon?
Yeah. Nah.
This one's a bit harder.
Yeah, it is a bit, so.
Okay, what are we going to get into today?
Well, today we're going to get into cheat meals.
Sorry to interrupt you, mate, but I just don't get cheat meals.
Yeah.
Like, you're a bodybuilder, you clean food, you work out all the time, and then you go off and have a cheat meal. What's that all about?
Well, a cheat meal is a reward system for the body and the mind. So it allows you to introduce more calories and good for a sanity point of view as well.
Well, that sounds great, mate. And I've got a few great cheat meals that I would enjoy here. I've got some beautiful chocolate cake, my favourite burger with delight,
Jesus.
a few pies, and a few sweet lollies at the end.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I've got a big problem with this, Peter. Did you make all this?
Yeah, so if you ate this, how would you feel?
I'd feel pretty sick, actually. Now, viewers, the problem with this is it's very, very high in saturated fat. Cheat meals are all about, from a bodybuilder's point of view or an athlete's point of view, is having an indulgent meal probably once a week, seeing that your diet's pretty clean. And what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about cheat meals and good cheat meals. But right now we're going to go to Australia's top athletes and have a look at their point of view about cheat meals.
Cheat meals, generally for me, is just once a week.
Off-season cheat meals is, well, I have it once a week.
Off-season, I actually follow a cheat day.
Cheat meals, I have been pretty bad in the past with them.
Cheat meals, I guess, is a sensitive topic.
I mean, even the word itself has a negative connotation to it. Cheat, you're actually varying from something.
Basically, when I'm dieting for a show, I don't cheat.
I find it hard not to have cheat meals. So I do regularly have cheat meals, and when I say regularly, maybe once a day I'll have something sweet or something like that might be maybe outside of my diet plan.
The idea of cheat meals where you go down to your local pizza shop or McDonald's might not serve your bodybuilding purposes as well as having a massive meal of salmon and steak and some salads and a lot of vegetables and whole foods to refeed your body into surplus, both in calorie and nutrients.
I always say to people, you know, you can't build a building without, you know, the proper materials, and the same thing goes for muscle. You can't build muscle without, you know, good quality nutrients in you. And I actually find getting that vast amount of food, like even up to 10,000 calories for that day, it can obviously, you know, really good for building muscle.
The only reason I don't cheat is because sometimes it can encourage taste buds and you want more of it and you can't stop eating it. So really to get more metabolism cranking, I can't cheat, and I start off 16 weeks out for a show and I go all the way into the competition with no cheat meals.
This year I have been pretty strict, and it's just been once a week, and it's pretty much whatever I can eat in a sitting. So it has seen me curled up in a ball at the movies with a kilo bag of lollies. I'm on Mrs. Lap trying to watch a movie in pain. It has seen me with just a big bowl of pasta or a pizza. So anything for that week, one meal, anything. My weakness, it varies, but I've got a bit of a sweet tooth. So sour worms, nerds, I've got a bit of a weird fetish for those things.
Well, there was a few different viewpoints there, wasn't there, Pete?
Well, there was, Fred. I mean, I'm a bit confused. Some people have no cheat meals, they don't agree with them at all. Others binge out for the whole afternoon. So what is it with it?
Yeah, look, it's an individual preference. Depends on the bodybuilder or the athlete and where they're at with their nutrition and how far they are into their nutrition. Some of them will have cheat meals right up until the competition. Others will have a bit of a Spartan approach.
So you don't have cheat meals, do you?
I do actually.
You do?
Yeah.
Wow,
Can you believe that?
I'm impressed.
And today we're going to actually cook a pizza with a pita bread base.
So Freddie, I know how much you love pizza, a good Italian boy, and I've got all these fresh ingredients, some cottage cheese, some smoked salmon, some beautiful grilled chicken, very lean, some fresh veggies, and what I like to do is think of the pizza base as a plate. So it's like a plate, everything else goes on top of it. We cook it up and then we actually throw a few fresh ingredients on top just to give it some bit extra fibre and things like that.
Sounds
so
good.
A really healthy pizza.
And Pete's chosen a nice pita bread as a base. Now the great thing is with pita bread is it's really low in fat and low in sugar and very high in carbs, but that's what we're after. We're after good, clean carbs and keeping away from the sugars and the fats.
And what we're trying to do, Fred, is make it as simple as possible. So a nice, easy thing to make. We buy this in the supermarket in the refrigerated section. There are other versions of pizza bread you can buy, but we try to stay away from the really doughy ones. A bit of tomato sauce is a perfect ingredient for pizza. You can buy that in the supermarket as well, or you can make your own by just putting a bit of fresh tomato or crushed tomato.
Being an Italian boy that I am, my actual parents make tomato sauce as well, and generally speaking, you're pretty much right with choosing any tomato sauces out there.
So what I like to do, Fred, is put the cheese on the bottom so it gets a nice and melt.
Great thing is here is that Peter's chosen ricotta as opposed to processed cheese. So again, as he suggested, it's a lot lighter.
Well, it cooks up really well. It'll just melt and it'll give a really nice appearance at the end. So a nice white cheese. So I've got here a bit of lean chicken, which I've grilled and just shredded up.
Now chicken's a cornerstone of any bodybuilding diet, and we've also included salmon, smoked salmon, so you can alternate. If you don't want chicken, you can use salmon as well.
Now, depending on how hungry you are, you can put a whole chicken breast on. And for flavour, because we're starved with flavour with your sort of diet, I'm just putting a little bit of onion on, okay?
And the great thing is here is, as Peter suggested, you could add as much as you want to it. So the idea with the cheat meal is to really increase your calories, but keep your calories clean.
What about some hot chilli?
Not too bad if you like that flavour. It's good for your metabolism, generally speaking. But
A little bit of garlic for flavour, things like
garlic's
that.
great, again, close to nature as well.
Some different coloured vegetables. I've just got some peppers or capsicums. Okay, just scatter those on. And you can't have a pizza, and I don't care what you say, without mozzarella, okay?
That's pretty much acceptable there, Pete.
Okay, so what that's going to do, that'll melt through and give it that nice sort of pizza look at the end. So there we have a bit of a chicken and vegetable pizza with ricotta cheese and a tiny little bit of mozzarella.
Looks fantastic.
Okay, we'll whack it on. So you can see there it's a nice stone base.
Yep.
And we just whack that on there. Almost smells done, Freddie, so I'll give it a bit of a check. Yep, smelling good. Wow, look at that. How good does that look?
If we had smell-o-vision, it'd be awesome.
So you can see it's quite crisp on the bottom, quite sturdy. That's what we want. We don't want a limp pizza. So what I would do now is just cut it into 4. And then what I do is I'll just whack it onto a plate.
Yep.
Now I have a rule of thumb with pizza: less is more. When I pick up the pizza, I want it to be nice and firm.
Yep.
And look at that beautiful stretch from the cheese. But I don't want it to droop down, so nice and firm. If I pile it up too much, the bottom won't cook properly and it'll all be limp and floppy. So less is more, makes a great pizza. That's what we want.
Now obviously, Pete, we're going to add some things on top of the pizza, things that we don't generally cook with. So we're going to choose things like alfalfa and spinach and that kind of stuff. I like to add a lot of greens on this as well. Things like alfalfa sprouts are a live food, so really, really good.
Nice bit of spinach there. So what do you think? A Saturday night indulgent, a great cheap meal?
Pete, that looks really great. I can't wait to get into it. That's it for now, and we'll catch you next time.